I have made roughly $66,000 selling luxury kitchen appliances from my dorm room. And yet, I just paid $13,133 for another school year of political science. Now, most people tell you that college is the safe route and entrepreneurship is what's risky. But after nearly drowning in a debt loop of getting a car that I needed to get to a job in order to pay for my tuition that I don't even use to make money yet, made me realize that the system is upside down. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you all why I'm still in school, but why I think 90% of you should drop out of college and continue taking that business risk that you would like to take. Before my freshman year, I was desperate. I needed to pay $6,000 per semester in tuition out of my own pocket. Now, to earn that, I needed to get a job, and in order to get to my job, I needed to get a car. I bought the car, but then came insurance, car maintenance costs, and gas money. Suddenly, I wasn't working just to pay for school anymore. I was also working to pay for the car that I got to work so that I could pay for the schooling. It's sort of like a financial hamster wheel, if you will. I mean, you're adding debt in order to pay off your debt, which is the opposite of leverage. I wasn't always making tens of thousands on Shopify. Before the appliances, I attempted to sell laptops and computer parts, and I threw $500 into advertising, and I made no sales. That, however, is the part that gurus don't tell you. You have to be willing to lose $500 in order to learn the lessons that can make you tens of thousands later down the line. After this tough loss, I made the decision to switch to high-ticket appliances because it's a lot easier to sell one $3,000 refrigerator than it is to sell 30 $100 keyboards. That shift is what allowed me to eventually be able to fund my college tuition, and it has truly changed my life for the better. Now, before we come to a general conclusion on whether college is worth it or not, I really wanted to weigh some of the pros and cons of my experience. I don't want y'all thinking that this is just a video of me pooping on college. There are some major pros to going to college that are even outside of the financial aspect, such as being able to be with your friends or even obtaining the experience to live out on your own outside of the house, because I know that dorming has been a way for me to really experience life as an adult without fully committing to it. With that being said, some cons to college include that it can be a major distraction, especially if you are the type of person that is passionate about being a business owner. Being in college not only distracts you physically, as in lots of parties to go to, lots of friends to hang out with, it also distracts you financially. So now you're being forced to force some of your funds that could have went into your side hustle into your tuition, into your dorm costs, your meal plan. So I really want to encourage all of you to jot it down. Write down some notes of the type of person you are, the type of person that you want to be in the next 5 years, and see if the pros of going to college and the cons of going to college line up with either or. Now, most of you already know the pros and cons to owning a business. So rather than going over the pros and cons to owning a business as a whole, I wanted to go over some of the pros and cons of selling high ticket as opposed to selling low ticket. A downside to selling low ticket is you have to make a ton of sales to make a decent amount of net profit. If I'm selling clothing items, for example, like everybody else in my age group is, then that means that I might have to make 100 sales in order to make $200 profit, when I could instead sell a high ticket niche and make $200 profit off of one sale as opposed to 10. Now, a lot of people, when they hear me say this, they think, well, I'm not experienced enough to sell expensive items. Why would anybody want to buy from me? I have two answers to that question. Number one, you don't need to be an expert salesman or saleswoman to sell a high ticket item, because you are not selling an expensive item to someone who's looking for a cheap item. You're selling an expensive item to someone who is looking for that expensive item. For example, if I want to sell a $2,000 refrigerator, I'm not selling a $2,000 refrigerator to someone who's looking for a $500 refrigerator. I'm selling it to somebody who is looking for a luxury refrigerator that can take care of them for the next 10, maybe 15 years. It's all about strategy and how you pick what to sell and who you're selling to. Always understand who your exact target audience is. I do think a major benefit to being an entrepreneur and not going to college is you have a lot more time to think about these little things, and you have a lot more freedom to make these mistakes a lot quicker. I do heavily believe that if I wasn't in college, I would have seen these results probably 3 years sooner than I actually saw them. I'm currently a law student. I value networking and credibility, but here's my hot take for 2026. College is for networking and business is for wealth.